Hey everyone, Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm. Now today, I'm going to show you what to do if you bought too many plants or you dug up some plants you didn't want in a certain area and put them back in pots. What I do, and I buy a lot of clearance plants as you know, and if I'm not ready for them, I keep them in their pots and I put them into the ground. That way they're not stressed. I mean, the heat baking these outside is just really rough on them. So I also want to enjoy their beauty. Like today I have this Monrovia and it's a St. John's wort in the floral berry. Look. And it has the beautiful yellow flowers. So I want to enjoy them right now. I don't know in the long term where they're going to go. But this summer and probably over winter, they'll be here in my garden looking beautiful. I'm also pairing it with some catmint. I've had this catmint for a couple, well, I've had both of these a couple of years. And I just move them around. So what you want to do is you want to bury them in the soil all the way up. Let me turn them so. Go this way. Now, you probably can't see it, but these are some plants that I buried a couple of years ago, maybe like 4. And they just keep coming back. Their pots have come up though, so after the blackberries are done producing, I'm going to kind of dig them up and work them back way in. When you do this, you could really, there's always a good side. Yeah, that's good. So always make sure that they have enough soil in their pots to last for a little while. And always leave a little space. These pots, if they touch, the soil's not going to give them the benefit of keeping them cool and warm from the winter. Okay, the second thing is, do you see, we have an inch or two that this was really sunken into here. I thought about switching pots, but Monrovia really produces some superior plants, and their pots are even nicer. They're thicker, and I like that because it protects the plants a little better. So I'm going to put some compost on the bottom of these, which I already did on the other two. Let's see if I put too much. No, perfect. So now it's got a little more dirt, nutritious dirt, that it could go through. A lot of times the roots will pop through, like this blackberry, thornless blackberry. Those roots are like everywhere in there. I saw them. And so I can't remove those until winter when it's dormant. Okay. This is Neptune catmint. This is great because it's going to bloom in the heat of the summer and fall. So these are doing the beautiful yellow flowers. These will be purple. Okay, can you see how they're sitting in here? And now I'm going to stop and show you a picture real quick so you could see. It's important. It's really important that they stay a little below my raised bed garden, because what I want to do is they're still, you know, they're not protected all the way in here. It helps. But I need to put a layer of mulch in here to keep them cool. And in the winter, if they stay here, they die back for the year. I put a whole bunch of mulch on top of it. But this is a great way to store your plants until you know what you want to do with them. It's not long term, but let me show you some other ones I did. These are hardy gladiolas. Probably got them for $1. And they've been in here for this 3rd year. And they're about to bloom. Actually, they have multiplied. And that hardy grass. I mean, I have so much stuff in containers into the ground to store. And that way I don't have to bring them in for the winter. I don't have to do anything. If they're in a zone that's a little better than yours. So I'm zone 6. So you want a plant that's hardy to zone 5. That way, because the pots, you know, their roots aren't going into the soil, and the pots get a little cold, that's the way to go. Okay, I'm finished. It's like every time I'm on the videos, I'm covered with mud, because I guess I'm a gardener. So anyway, let's talk about the care of these plants that we put straight away into the ground in their pots. One, you could overwater them in their containers. Remember, it takes longer for it to go. They don't have the soil to expand with the water. So if the ground below them is soaking in water or sitting in water, you're going to drown these. At the same time, don't let them dry out. They're going to need a little more fertilizer because they're not getting the nutrients from the soil. So make sure you feed them, and I mulch these, whether it's a leaf mulch or just a regular mulch. I usually don't do, I have a mosquito following me. I usually don't do leaves when they're in pots. My reason is I don't want them to rot the top. It doesn't let air in, and these need air since they're not getting the air from the soil. So usually I do a cedar mulch because cedar helps with the mosquitoes and everything else, and it lets air in. So you could also top dress it with some compost. How's that helping? All the nutrients from the compost will still go into these plants, into their pots. So I actually will cover all of these with some compost and later on put some cedar. And but these are beautiful. Another reason I planted these, they're going to help me in the garden. They're companion plants. The catmint is great to get rid of some insects. I have all my tomatoes that we planted, and right here, that will help. These, the catmint, look stunning, stunning next to the St. John's wort. And I'm going to show you, their berries are incredible. St. John's wort is a great asset to any garden. One, it's just beautiful. Two, you could use it in your medical herb kit. I actually have these in the herb kit, and I always buy the same ones pretty much from Monrovia. But these are great. They bring in a lot of hummingbirds, a lot of everything else. And you know, that's about it. That's all I got for you. So, this is Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm. If you don't know what to do, you bought too many plants, or you want to move some around, just put them in the landscape somewhere in their pots. And when you know where to put them, take them right back out and move them. Have a great day, and please subscribe, like, and share.